Right. Number one, how many centimeters are in a meter? Well, centi means 0.01, like 0.01 cents. So we can say it's $0.01 is the same thing as 1 cent. All right, so we have how many centimeters are in 1 meter. So that's like saying how many cents are in $1. So we'd have 100 cents is equal to $1. So one way to think about that is there's 100 centimeters in 1 meter. All right, that's the way I would think about it. How many meters in 1 kilometer? Kilo means 1,000. That's our metric prefix for 1,000. So 1 kilometer is the same thing as saying 1,000 meters. So we got 1 times 1,000 meters, or 1,000 meters. So we should all know that there should be 100 centimeters in a meter. There's 1,000 meters in a kilometer. How many meters are in 415 centimeters? Well, that's like saying how many dollars are 415 cents. You guys should all know that 415 cents is like $4.15. Another way to do this one is with a conversion factor. You can say 415 centimeters. Now we need to multiply by a conversion factor. We want to get rid of centimeters. We want to end in meters. Well, we know that 1 meter is 100 centimeters. And now it tells us to do the math. We got to do 415 divided by 100. Centimeters goes away, and we're left with meters. So 4.15 meters. This is 100 here. 100. Oh, geez, 100. There we go. 100. All right. A car drives 25 miles in 4.5 hours. How fast is it going? 25 miles is a distance. 4.5 hours is a time. How fast is it going? That's asking for a speed, and that's what we're trying to find. So we'd have a speed is equal to distance over time, or in our problem here, we have 25 miles divided by 4.5 hours. Sorry about the room there. And here's where you go to calculate. I like to use decimals. It's a nice one for you guys. You can just type it in. And our problem was 25 miles divided by 4.5 hours, and 5.55 is our answer. So we can write that in 5.55 miles per hour. Or we could say MPH, 5.55. All right, number 5. If a car is traveling 6 meters per second, how long would it take to drive 84 meters? 6 meters per second is a speed. How long would it take? That means we're trying to find time. How long would it take is a time. 84 meters is a distance. So here we got our equation. Speed is equal to distance over time. And now we got to fill in what we know. We got speed is 6 meters per second. We need to find a distance is 84 meters. And our time is what we're trying to find. So here's our first algebra equation. How do we get time by itself? Well, right now it's on the bottom of a fraction. So we multiply both sides by time. And the time cancels out over here. And now we have time times 6 meters is 86 meters per second. It's 84 meters. We have to undo the time 6 meters by dividing both sides by 6. And we end up with time is equal to 84 meters divided by 6 meters per second. And we can put that in our calculator. So for decimals, you can just keep adding formulas here, which is pretty nice. 84 divided by 6 is 14. So this is going to be 14 seconds. That's our answer. All right, the next couple ones are just fill in the blank answers here. A unit for speed. Well, we just did one that was meters per second. You could also do miles per hour. Anytime you have a distance over a time could be a speed. We could do inches per minute. Any of those could be a speed. Anytime you have distance over time. All right, unit for voltage, that's easy. That's just a volt. Current, that's an amp. What's the unit for power? Watt. All right, now these three are very important because if you know those units, you can figure out what variables you have to fill in. What's the charge of an electron? We just want negative. We don't need to know the number. What's the charge of a proton? Positive. All right, and then we have a few more here. What is the electricity? Is the flow of what moves in electricity? It's just the electrons. All right, and then our last one here, number 13. Explain why the center of the wire is made out of copper. So here we got copper in the center, and the outside is covered in plastic. So we got plastic on the outside. So why is that? Well, copper is a conductor. And a conductor is something which the electrons move easily. Conductor. All right, so what is this? This lets the electricity move. Lets the electricity move easily. And that's the whole point of a wire, right? To move electricity around. So the copper lets the electricity move easily because it's a conductor. The plastic is an insulator. And what does that insulator do? Insulator does not let electricity move through it. So the insulator keeps the electricity inside the wire. Keeps the electricity inside. So on a test question here, we'd really want to focus that the word is conductor for copper. The plastic is an insulator, right? And then explain what those are.